Hi guys, so this is the second part of Wednesday night training. This is the start of the technical bit, and I think it says on your worksheet technical 1, sat in a chair. So quite simple this. All I want you to do is take your pattern and do each move but only the hands only. So you're going to sit in your chair and do the hand techniques for your pattern. So for example, if we think about pattern Chonji, okay, we'd start in the Chumbi position, and the first move of the pattern is a low block. Okay, so I'm going to perform a low block, making sure I'm making the correct chamber and then that low block position. Okay, then we come forward and do a punch, and then it would be a low block on the opposite side. Okay, now this is where you can make it quite technical if you wish, and I'd like you to delve into it a little bit. Okay, I want you to think about a few things while you're performing it. Number one, the chamber positions. Okay, so making sure you're chambering at solar plexus height. Okay, not too low, not too high. Making sure that your hands are chambering away from your body, so you're not nice and not tight like this. Okay, and not too far out. So nice gap or a beach ball size between your chest and your hands. Okay. The other thing I want you to do is really think about your hand positions. Okay, so if you're doing a middle block, for example, okay, are you chambering on the outside and looking at the back of your hands? If you're doing a low block, are you chambering on top and back to back? Okay, here. Remember that the majority of hand techniques in execution of the technique have got a twist in them. So even if I'm doing a wedging block, okay, we've got that twist at the end, all right, to give it that snap and that extra little bit of power in the technique. So chamber position, solar plexus, hands in the correct position. Okay, good gap between your chest and your hands as you chamber, and do your hands twist. And then the last thing, particularly for the higher grades, I want you to think about your body facing. Okay, so if we're doing a front punch here, okay, my shoulders are going to be on the back of the chair. Okay, back to back, my shoulders are facing forward. If I'm doing a side facing technique, my shoulders are going to stay the same. Let's think of a back fist, for example. Okay, it's side facing, my shoulders are facing forward, but I'm looking to the side. Okay, and I'm executing the technique in a side position here. Okay, and then your part facing is where your shoulders are slightly, well, at a 15-degree angle. Okay, it's hard to do without your hips in place, but if I'm doing a middle block, my shoulders shouldn't be flat against the back of the chair, because that's a forward facing position. Okay, if I'm doing a middle block, okay, my pullback arm should be further, or shoulder should be further back than my blocking hand. Okay, so my shoulders are a 15-degree. Show you again with a middle block again. Okay, my front shoulder is slightly forward because it's a part facing technique. So front facing, shoulders on the back of the chair. Side facing, shoulders on the back of the chair, but the head towards the angle of attack, or the direction of attack, should I say. And part facing, okay, your shoulders are going to be slightly off the chair. Okay, so play around with that a little bit and make sure you understand the difference and what techniques are full side and part facing. That's particularly, as I say, for blue belts and above. I'll be back in a minute with the next part.